Hey Terry, good to talk to you.
How are you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us. I'm here representing Hogs Haven, which is a Washington fan community.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us. And we were put together by the Got Milk campaign. Why don't we start by telling us about Team Milk and how you got involved with it?
Sure. Yeah. Team Milk reached out to my representatives and provided a unique opportunity for me to kind of partner with them and kind of basically share my milk journey over the course of my life and how it's really affected, especially my performance and the way I recover and fuel my body. And I'm very, very particular on what I put into my body, and it's very important to fuel yourself with things that are really going to help you after workouts, before workouts, and competition as well. So what was really cool about teaming with Milk was I actually got to show my personality and really got to let people know why milk was so important, especially chocolate milk growing up. And it was unique because at first growing up, I didn't really like chocolate milk. I mean, milk in general, just because I was always told strong, drink milk, strong bones, and perfect teeth. But as I got older and got along in more competitive athletics, I started understanding the benefits of milk, what it does for your recovery process. And I've used it to make sure my weight is stayed at premium weight that I needed to be on, and for it to help recover my muscles and things like that. So when I got that opportunity, I just had to jump on.
Cool. And so that was gonna be my next question. I guess maybe you already answered it. Is what's your favorite kind of milk?
Definitely probably chocolate milk. As I've gotten older, I drink just all kinds of milk, but I think I specifically target chocolate milk because of how it just helps me recover mainly.
Right. Well, and you're burning a lot of calories, so you need that extra
Most definitely.
sugar. Yeah. And so going to football, so every offseason, it seems like you work really hard at improving some specific aspects of your game.
Right.
What have you focused on each offseason since entering the league?
Um, I think going into my first year, it was just kind of trying to get acclimated coming into the year, honestly. Just trying to learn as much as I can, learn from veterans, take great notes, be a good teammate, be on time, just things that show people that I'm serious about my business, that I can be trusted in big opportunities if the plays came up in games. And I think is really important to set, a good foundation on what your career is going to look like. And you want to earn the respect of your coaches and teammates. And fortunately enough, I earned a spot on the team as a receiver outside of just a special team a contributor, which everybody thought I was going to be coming into the league. And I was kind of just open-minded to see how that first year was going to go. And we had some success. I had some individual success. Obviously, the team success wasn't ideally what any of us wanted. And just going into year two, I just wanted to prove that I can do it again. And that it just wasn't a one-hit wonder thing. I was somebody who was going to come back and more improve. I feel like there was obviously going to be more film on me. I was kind of seen as a guy who was possibly developing into a number one receiver. And I just wanted to try to make that more solidified and be a guy that could be an every down type of receiver and big clutch situations. And, my second year, I was fortunate enough to have 1,000 yards, and, we made the playoffs, which was great. And, kind of coming into my third year, just technically, I came in really specifically wanted to improve my contested catch percentages and make those 50-50 balls more 60-40, 80-20. And I feel like so far I've been trying to do a good job of that. And obviously it's been documented what I've been worked on with Doug Baldwin in the off season with my releases at the line. So,
right.
There's been some things that have shown up early this season that I've really been proud of. And there's some things that I'm continuing to work on just so I can not stay stagnant, because I feel like once you get complacent, that's kind of when things, start to kind of not go your way. So I'm always looking to improve and see, what edge I can get out of my game.
Yeah, you're always either moving forward or moving back. There's no staying still. Yeah,
there's no such thing as staying the same.
Right. So what are some subtle aspects of playing wide receiver that maybe fans might not recognize, but it actually really matters in games?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing is your body language and the way you run your routes. I mean, I think I'll speak on me specifically being a faster guy. I have to be fast, but not in a hurry. I have to be able to sell one route and be able to and be able to execute another route. I need to be able to win at the line. I need to be able to sell vertical, so I'm not giving the defender any indicators, which is really important because if I'm a fast player and I don't play fast, then I'm helping the defense. If I'm not dictating, if I'm not using the things that I've learned in the film study and what we practice all week, then you're not going to be successful on Sunday. So I think that's just been my mindset so far, and I'm still learning. It's early in the season, which has been great, and you just want to continue to see things that you work on get better, and some of the things that you may be struggling with, like your body language, not giving it any tails in your routes. You want to see that in film and try to improve it the next week in practice.
Right. And in addition to being a great player on the field, you've also been very durable. What do you do to take care of your body and prepare it for NFL action?
Yeah, that's probably one of the main things that if I'm not preparing for the game mentally or physically, I'm preparing for it with my recovery. And obviously, number one thing is the way I try to stretch my body, and I do a great job of trying to do multiple massages a week, chiropractic work, fueling my body, obviously with the right things before games, before practices, making sure my weight's right, and my recovery process as well, just drinking milk. You know what I mean? Like, it seems so like, oh, you're just plugging that, but like, it's something that I really do to help replenish those small tears in my muscles and those breakdowns that I have after workouts and games. So I've been very particular all the way dating back to college on how I regiment my body. And it's very important because the best ability is availability, and being the type of player I want to be and what my team is expecting me to be, I need to be available each and every weekend. The thing about football, you never know where your last play is going to be. Football is 100% injury.
Right.
I mean, that's
Eventually.
just the risk you run playing football. But
Yep.
there's some things, there's some preventative things, there's some reactive things you can do, but you want to be more proactive and deal with things before they become bigger issues. And I feel like I've really grasped upon that, and I try to, give that information that I've learned to the younger guys on our team.
Right. Right. So sort of in a related vein, if you could go back in time and give college Terry McLaurin some advice, what would you tell him?
Don't worry so much. Control what you can control and be ready for your opportunities. And that's helped me so much now that I'm in the NFL. Even when games don't necessarily go your way, like last week, or you miss some opportunities, or if you've maybe dropped the pass. I've dropped the past few passes last season. You can't dwell on that. You can only improve and look forward. And I think that's the best thing you can do, and be accountable as well. I think I would tell myself, just continue to be accountable, face your deficiencies head on, because those are going to help you develop those as strengths later down the road. I think oftentimes where players could get in trouble is where they don't necessarily evaluate their game honestly, and you just think everything you do is great, and that's just not the case. Everybody has room for improvement in some way.
Right. Absolutely. So you mentioned you giving advice to others. What player have you learned the most from, and what did you learn from him?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was very fortunate my rookie year to have a lot of really great veterans in my locker room. Adrian Peterson was a Hall of Famer. Vernon Davis, I think he's a possible Hall of Famer candidate. Case Keenum. There's just so many guys. John Bostic, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. That was really important my rookie year, because you're going against a veteran corner, so exactly, how you measure up right away. And that was very key for me, stepping foot on the football field, my first OTA and rookie minicamp practices. So,
right.
I've always gravitated to people who know more than me and can give me tips. And I'm always trying to ask how I can improve and what to expect and what the do's and don'ts to do in this league. And so far I've been successful. Obviously I've had some learning experiences, but I try to pay that forward with the younger guys we have now. It's kind of unique because I've been fortunate enough to be a captain for the second year, but I'm only in my third year. So I'm still learning like a lot of young players, but at the same time, I still kind of feel like I have a lot of veteran savviness, especially with the playing experience that I've been fortunate enough to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So who is the best cornerback that you faced in a game, and what made him so good?
Yeah. I've faced some really, really good ones, obviously being one of the main targets you're going to see some really good corners. I think obviously I would say, Darius Slay is really tough because I've now seen him. I think this will be like my fourth time seeing him. You know what I mean? And I've only been in the league 3 years. So the more you see a guy, the tougher it is to get open.
Right.
So, I would put James Bradbury in that situation. I would, I've gone against Tre'Davious White twice. So I think just the ability to be able to try to get open against those guys that's already seen you, especially when they're elite in their own right and they study film and just like I do. And I think those are the tougher matchups where you have to see the same corners over and over again, because the things that you may have had success in previous matchups, doesn't guarantee you're going to have success in that next matchup. So, and it's cool to go against the top guys, honestly, because you get to see where you stack up.
Right. And yeah, Bradbury and Slay you get to see twice a year. So
definitely.
Yeah. So speaking of film study, what kind of film study do you do to prepare for games, and like what kind of things are you looking for?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very important to go in with the mindset of what you're looking for in film. And what I mean by that is it's easy to turn on the film of a game. You want to watch the Falcons play. We play the Falcons. I want to see the Falcons play New York. I just turn on the game and I'm just watching. But you're not really looking for anything specific. Then you're just kind of wasting time. So, I think Coach Drew does a really good job of breaking down the film for us. Beginning of the week, he kind of gives us a broad overview of the corners we're going to be facing. What kind of technique they use, the defense, and what they like to do in third down situations, first and second down. And I think I start with there because it really helps give me appreciation of what we're trying to do as an offense to attack that. And then I try to take my own individual work study, and whether I'm going to get a shadow corner this week or a corner that plays left and another corner that plays right. All those scenarios I have to prepare for and watch multiple corners each and every week to be prepared. So I really start that, Monday evening, but more so on Tuesday and especially on Wednesday when we get that initial game plan is really when I kind of start breaking down the defenders I'm going against. So I try to see any tendencies they like to do and how they play press man, the technique they use, and how they jam, how they play press bail or zone coverage, how they react to the ball. So I know it's a long-winded answer, but it's all the things that
No, that's what I love to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. There's all the things you have to be prepared for. Because I think what I learned as a young player, especially in college, you don't necessarily watch the film as detail-oriented as you should, and then you go out in the game, and for lack of a better term, you kind of feel naked out there. You don't know what to expect. You're kind of playing reactive instead of you're dictating to the defender and the defense.
Right. So you mentioned already being a team captain. What does being a team captain mean to you, and what do you do as a captain that maybe you didn't do before you got the C?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think I think being a captain is one of the main things I'm extremely proud of over my career. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be a captain pretty much at every level playing football, and I would like to think that speaks to the type of person I am, more so than just a player. And I think I don't try to do it as like a rah-rah or a beat my chest type of guy. I think my leadership style mainly starts with just leading by example. I'm not perfect at all, and there's some things I'm constantly working on, but just trying to be on time, be accountable, be trustworthy to my teammates, because they're depending on me to make those plays and doing my job on Sunday. So that doesn't just happen on Sunday. That happens on when am I doing my job during the week? Am I on time? Am I accountable? Do I take care of my body? All those things are factors. And I think, it's been cool to see that my teammates react to that, and just being the guy that you care. You know what I mean? You care about the guys that you're playing against. It's not all about you and your success, but you want to see those guys successful too. So I'm extremely proud to be a captain on this football team for a second year. And, I just try to uphold the standard of what we expect and what Coach Rivera expects from us. So I think that's a thing that I've developed over time, being more of a vocal leader, but more so just trying to uphold that standard that we're trying to set in stone.
All right, great. And I think we're about out of time, but is there anything that you want to say to the fans at Hogs Haven?
Yeah, I just want to tell them I appreciate their support. I appreciate the support of all the Washington fans that they've given, not only myself, but our team so far. And we're just continuing trying to work to fix the things that we need to do to get better. And I think, we can't make any excuses, obviously, and we're going to improve. It's a long season, but the good thing about it is we're 1-0 in our division so far, and the goal is to win the division and take it from there. But we got to take it a game in, game out approach. But I'm really excited to see how we progress and develop and we respond from what happened last week.
Great. And I just want to say on behalf of those fans, we are really, really proud of you. You're one of those guys that we're always so happy to say, like, this guy's in burgundy and gold. So, you know, how humble you are, how hardworking you are, how great you are on the field, obviously, how thoughtful you are. So thanks so much for, you know, being on the burgundy and gold. And it was great talking to you.
I appreciate that. That means a lot because every week, no matter what the score is, I just want people to know I'm gonna always give it my best. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely, you always do. All right, thanks so much, Terry.
Nice to meet you. You have a good one.
Great to talk to you.